It's trouble in paradise, folks. My name is Nicholas Martzing, and today we're going to be talking about some of the Cybertruck issues that I've had with my vehicle. As you know, when you first get your Tesla, you got to double check, triple check that thing all around the car, make sure there's no scratches and everything has been delivered fine. Unfortunately for me, I've had some delivery woes. For example, I've had a big gash. And of course, Tesla said they will replace that. Just have to make a service notice, take a picture of it, and no worries. They will get the part, change it for me, all set. Great. And so me and my girlfriend walked around the vehicle, and that was the only considerable, issue that we found. And so we drove off the lot with the car happy and had a good old time, loving it, having fun, people taking pictures. And fast forward a week or so, started to see some little quality of life issues here and there. I noticed on the top right corner of my steering wheel, one of the threads was starting to come loose. And if you've looked at some history on Tesla steering wheels, this is normally a common thing for a lot of vehicles. So early on, no. We have to make sure this steering wheel is replaced because in the next 6 months or so, my steering wheel could be falling apart. So I started to really look at the fit and finish of all the leather pieces and all that stuff, right? And on the seats, I noticed the same thing. My seat kind of looks like a vehicle that's been used for about 6 to 8 months, but it's only been like a month. You can see some deformation on the leather, and you can also see threading coming out of the seat too. Mind you, folks, I made this service request late June. The earliest service appointment that they had for me was early August. That's right, I had to wait a little over a month to even be seen at all, and God knows when these people will ever give me my truck back. Not looking too good, but so far, it's just little fit and finish issues. I could drive my car till August, right? It's not an issue. So I go to work, right? I'm showing my coworkers the vehicle, and we open up the frunk, and they're like, oh, wow, there's no engine in here. In fact, there's a cushion. Whoa. And I try to close the frunk with the little button on the side. It doesn't work. Now, I'm not alarmed. There's like 4 other ways you can close this thing. You can close in the screen, the inside, on your app. And there's a second button in the front of the vehicle as well that you can close it as well. So I do that. I close it, and I go inside the car, and I'm like, it'll probably fix itself. Later that night, I get an error on the screen that says, hey, there's a problem with the front button. You now need service. So the truck knows there's a problem with the button and knows that it needs service and automatically adds itself into my pre-existing service appointment. I don't know why the button stopped working. It never got in contact with water. I never got any physical damage. It just stopped. Again, I don't use my frunk very often, and there are ways that I can open the frunk. It's not a big issue, but it is an issue, right? And so that was kind of weird. Fast forward to last week. I'm driving my car, and it kind of got a little darker in the car, and I couldn't immediately identify why. Yeah, the ambient lighting in the vehicle, the front bar, there's no lights. It's off. It just died. Turn off the ambient light and turn it back on, and maybe it turns on. No, it's dead, and it's been dead for the past week. What could have caused that? Like, honestly, I don't. So I'm looking around the vehicle, right? I'm looking at all the other lights, and I notice a trend. Inside of the lights, it's like cracking or something. Like, take a look. What is that? I'm assuming that these are fiber optic, wires going through the vehicle, and they're cracking. And those same cracks also exist in the front lights as well. Now, I'll say that the doors are still at least turning on, but they look a little bit dimmer than they used to. And I would assume it's because there's now refractions going on inside of that fiber optic cable. There's a weird rattling sound coming from my driver's seat. And I'll also throw in the fact that for certain chargers, it's like really hard to plug in the charger cord in the truck. It's like super tight. I know that she's new. Okay. You got to work her in, right? You know how that goes. But for like 3 out of the 4 chargers, it's really tight to put the charger in the charger port. I added that to the ticket too. Again, folks, nothing glaring, but it is issues. It's issues on a brand new $100,000 car. I didn't expect these issues to happen. I don't want these issues to happen. I'm sure that if I bought a BMW or a Mercedes and I drove it off the line, these issues wouldn't have arisen for the next year or 2. But it's Tesla. And it sucks that I have to say that. It sucks that we give this company a pass. I know that they produce so many vehicles at such a rapid rate, but that does not excuse the fact that I just bought a car for $100,000 or a truck for $100,000 and I'm having all of these issues. It does not, help the fact that there are some people out there that get their truck and they can't even drive it anymore. It kind of sucks. But I suppose I'm an early adopter. Other than that, I really do love this vehicle. It's really dope. And I will continue to drive it until August 3rd, I suppose. And when we get the truck, we get the truck back. Thanks for watching, folks. You have a good one.